Hi, welcome back. It's time for part two of the state of my campaign. And actually, this is State of the Union part two, and then State of the World. And I have to focus on men. Excuse me, I have a little itch. But, anyways, I am Susan Maud Buchser-Lochocki. I have a website. It's susan4usa.com. That's Susan the number 4 usa.com, and you can go ahead and have a look and see all the different things that I'm doing right now. But yeah, I'm a presidential candidate from the 2024 presidential election, and I'm going to be one in 2028. And I'm here to talk more about things going on. So, firstly, I want to say that, this is a modern time where we have abundance everywhere. But yet somehow the want of other people's things and the want to hurt other people is so deep in some people. And especially hurting women is so deep in some people. I'm just sort of speechless about it. And, you would think that we're in year 2025. I mean, I remember being in last century thinking, wow, what am I going to be doing in these years? And I really never thought I'd be, doing what I'm doing. But anyways, men have this deep need to take things from others. And this deep need to take things, especially from women. They're really out to hurt and be mean to women. And I don't get it. I mean, we're smaller than you usually. We're not as strong as you. How is it possible that we can create so much hate inside of you that you want to hurt us? Men, I'm asking you. So I am spending hours trying to get justice. I would much rather be doing art. But men take things from me, and then I have to deal with the fact that they stole from me. It's fucked up. You men are fucked up. And I'm tired of it. I don't know what kind of education you got, and I don't know where it became okay to steal constantly from people and to harass and antagonize them, but it's not nice. Is that what you want, to be treated also that way? Is that really what you want? Is that all you know? If that's the truth, I'm so sorry, because other people are not having that experience. And you need to move on. You need to grow up. You need to learn respect. Women are here, whether you like it or not. You can go hang out with your men. Go, please, go do it. And leave the women alone. And women, what I'm going to say is, a lot of these men, they thrive on having you scream and having you throw a tantrum or having you break down in tears and all of these things. So try not to do that. Just know that you're the normal one, and that whoever is doing this evil to you is not. It's not. So, a lot of people, sadly, do evil to get back at people who don't believe in God, who don't believe in their God. So they're going to hurt you until you believe. They're going to hurt you because you don't believe. And it's a stupid reason for hurting people. If that's what kind of a God you believe in, if that your God says that that's a good thing to do, then you got problems. And you're going to be going to hell, because only in hell do they torture people, and that's torturing. So you might want to think about why you're doing what you think you want to do. And if it aligns with your belief. And maybe it's time to find a new God. If your God is telling you to hurt others, to torture others, I do believe it's time to find a different God. That's not normal. Seek psychiatric help, please. So, yeah. So I think the best thing I can tell you, so that we can get rid of all this anger, is we all need to learn to pay attention to the kids who are playing happily the way they should. If you're a parent and you're walking through your house and your kids are doing something good, just walk over. Give them a kiss and say, "Wow, thank you for playing so nicely." They'll remember that. And they'll start going to the good, rather than to the stealing to get your attention. Because that's what these guys really want. They want attention, and they're going to get it any way that they can. So I recently had some things stolen from my studio area here. And, you know, they want my attention, and they got it, but in a bad way. I feel sorry, because that's probably the only way they could get attention as children, was to be bad. So that's what they learned. So I beg you mothers out there, pay attention to your kids when they're doing good. Don't turn them into criminals. Then, let's move on to Donald Trump. Donald Trump, he said some strange things last week, which were pretty strange, about death to these people and stuff like that. But then there's some other news coming out that somewhat with the Epstein files and somewhat without. So, we don't have all the intel that Donald Trump has. So there might be a reason why he's saying that. Now, those same people were the ones who were using their freedom of speech to explain what might be possible if you are given an order you don't want to do. And so technically, if you're excuse me, in a military situation, you should follow orders. But there are times where you shouldn't. And that's what these people were trying to say. But there might be more to the story than you and I know. So I'm going to say that I don't like what he said, and I don't think it was appropriate, and especially not from a president. But there might be more to the story. Maybe the media is spinning it in a way, maybe they're not showing it properly. And then the other part, excuse me, is that there, in some languages, you don't have a lot of nuances in a sentence. And so, like for example, translating Arabic to English, sometimes the translation, the direct translation is like death to Israel, right? So the thing is that he might have been making an example, because I used that too about 2 weeks ago. I said something like that. I can't remember what it was about, but I used that death to something to show that it's a phrase, that it's like saying fuck you or shit or something like that, and it doesn't mean a direct order. But also, I mean, there's a little bit of play in what Donald Trump said too, because there's these people who said don't follow orders, right? And then he said death to those people. So, in fact, being the president, were those orders? I don't know. But again, you don't have to follow them because those people said don't follow them. So, it's sort of this triangular thing going on with that whole phrase. But what his real intention was, I don't know. I think as citizens, we need to know our rights and we need to know what's possible. And so there's this thing called freedom of speech as well. Now, we like to think that presidents and Congress people and leaders will use it appropriately. But, and in this case, it does seem to go overboard a bit. So it's hard to say. It's hard to say what the right train of thought would be on this. But it's, yeah. I think we got some news coming out too that might open our eyes to some more information. So I think the best we can do is just wait. Excuse me. And see what's coming. Yeah. So let me see what else. I wasn't really prepared to make this speech yet because I was still preparing things here, securing my place so that robbers won't come and take things. And yeah, so that's sort of where I am at the moment. I guess what I should do is that. And then let's see. Let me go here. See if that's ready. I have to get back online. Okay, the Ukrainian plan. I haven't looked at it, I have to admit, so I can't really make a comment. Yeah, well, the new mayor of New York City is a topic, and I think that the fact that Congress passed a ruling saying no socialism, especially since my part one of this video today is, or yesterday, is I'm very pro-socialism. I mean, if you just look at the video, you'll see the roads and the buildings. It's about reusing buildings. It's about taking care of things, keeping the roads clean so that the potholes don't develop, and many things like that. So the fact that Congress, both areas, both sides, voted against taking care of our country. I mean, it's only Democrats and Republicans in office anyways. So we already know that they don't want to take care of the country. They've shown us repeatedly they favor the military-industrial complex. They favor big medical business and big drug companies. They favor locking everybody up and throwing away the key. So, it's not a surprise that they don't want a good high standard of living for our people. So, of course, they're going to vote against socialism. So I don't know also this mayor too much, but he seems to be stirring up a lot of issues for people. So let's let him do his job and see what happens. I don't think so much can change overnight. So, and New York City is pretty big. But the people have spoken, supposedly. I mean, as we know, election fraud is rampant in the USA. And, lots of people's votes went uncounted, too, in the, at least the 2024 presidential election. And even before that, and probably in this last one just that happened in New York City. So, maybe there are votes that need to be counted, too. I don't know. But I think the real thing is that we got so much corruption on top of corruption on top of corruption. And the fact that the federal government voted down socialism means that they're not putting U.S. citizens first. They're putting their lobbies first. They're putting corporations over you and me. And this is unacceptable. So, yeah. And then we know, too, also with Israel, that they're still killing Palestinians. So that's also no ceasefire there. And not a surprise either. Marjorie Taylor Greene, I was shocked when I first heard she was resigning, but she has to officially resign so that she can go into something else. And she may go into trying for governor or something local. Excuse me. I'm not sure what direction she's going, but she's going there. So it's not an end, it's a beginning for her, I think. Yeah, and it looks like Israel is expanding to Lebanon now with bombings and stuff. So I think let's talk world for a second. I mean, we already are, but let's go even further. So, it's always puzzled me what or why is it that the USA is so dirty in comparison to other countries, and especially in comparison to like India. India has a large population, and the US has like 1/3 of their population, but yet we produce more pollution than India does. They're usually like 5th or 6th on the list, and the US is like number 1 or 2. So for a country who's so concerned about the climate, we don't seem concerned about controlling corporations and getting them to behave. And, we also like freedom, and we like our corporations to have freedom, but within reason. And they're not doing the within reason part. They're giving our children crap to eat, and they don't care if the packaging is poisonous or not. I mean, this is not new news because this has been going on ever since I've been alive. There's been poisonous walls and poisonous paint and poisonous ceramics and pesticides. So this is not new news. It's just not stopping. It's not stopping. And so the only way to correct bad behavior that continues is to show good behavior and reward good behavior. And since most corporations are not doing good behavior in one way or another or in all ways, we need to create good, clean corporations that we will be focusing on and that we will be working with in partnership to make our country a better place, and the world too. It's the only way. We have to have corporations to look up to idolize, and we don't have that right now. I myself am having problems with Facebook. Apparently I aged too much in the last 5 years. I mean, I don't know why. I changed countries. I left home, got divorced, ran for president twice and Congress once, and I've written my very first lawsuits, and I've got one pending with the Supreme Court. That would turn anybody a little bit more wrinkly and a little bit more gray-haired. So it's not a surprise I don't look like I did 6 years ago. So they're not letting me back into my old accounts whatsoever. And the one that I started when I first moved to West Virginia, my Congress one and my personal one, they've also grabbed hold of, and they're not at all letting me have that back. So also be careful of how you're contacting me, and make sure you're contacting me at something that's up to date. And to Facebook, I mean, Mark, come on now. I mean, all you have to do is look at some of my videos on YouTube or even on Facebook over the years, and you can see how I've changed and that I'm still me. I haven't, you can see the change every 4 months. Just look at a video with 4 months difference, and you'll see that it's still me, it's still me, it's still me, and yeah, it's me. I'd like to get back into my accounts. So, anyway, I guess, or maybe I should just let them go, because that was my past life, and now I'm into a new life, and maybe I should just start new ones. Maybe that's the way to go. So, I mean, I've already, again, started that. And this is the problem. Every time my phone gets stolen, I have to get all sorts of new things. And the other thing, too, is the last phone I had, just to let you know, somebody has it, and it could be that they're accessing my accounts. So be careful who you're talking to. Only talk to me on this channel, wherever you find me, and that's me. But they also have access to some of my Google accounts, and so Anyway, just make sure it's me that you are talking to. With AI, is going to be confusing maybe one day. So I hope I'm not using AI. So if you're talking to me, you're talking to me. And I guess if I go that route eventually in the future, I'll let you know. But, so Facebook, Mark, let me tell you. You had me at some point sign up for this extra security thing where I had an app. And my app was on a phone that got stolen. So whenever I try to get back into my accounts and it asks for me to use that app on the stolen phone, I can't. So how many times do I have to go through this? You need to add some more features so that we can communicate with the people who are trying to get us back online. Because I don't have that app. I can't get those codes. I downloaded the app again on a different phone, and it was giving me numbers that didn't correspond, so I couldn't get in. So your system isn't working, Mark. Come on. We don't need these extra layers of security because all you're doing is keeping the people out of their own accounts. You're stealing our identities. And this is unacceptable. Give me my identity back. Shame on you. Again, stealing. Men. It's not women. It's men. Shame on you. Okay, so I think that's enough for now. This went a little longer than I thought, but I had to say some things. So, anyway. I wish us all good luck with social media and all these stupid security things that all they do is they keep us out of our accounts. I guess it's time to cut back. Get off of some of these accounts. Yeah. Okay. So, thanks for stopping by. I am Susan for USA.com. That's Susan, the number 4, USA.com. And I wish you a good day wherever you are. Bye for now.